the whole idea of so-called marketing began to change. And historically, if you pick up any kind of modern textbook, everyone thinks, or is certainly being taught in most, let's say, B-rate business schools, are talking about marketing as the 4 Ps. The idea that you take a product and then you use the 4 Ps as essayed here, and those 4 Ps are going to allow you to take your product to market. But the reality is that we're no longer in the industrial age, and industrial age marketing doesn't really work anymore. And so we have to sort of ask the question, well, what does work? Where are we going? What's the history of marketing? How can we as entrepreneurs position ourselves right in the thick of the realities that emerge from us living in a connection economy? Now, when I was developing the Hong Kong Visa Centre business model, I was kind of driven by a book that I'd read, probably 6 or 7 years ago. It was from 1999, published by Harvard Business Press. It was basically called The Experience Economy. Now, this book essentially drove to the heart of this idea that if you could connect with your audience, your market, and you could deliver an experience to them, then you were on your way to kind of take advantage of really kind of like the upper end of the sophistication of the industrial economy, because this book was written in 1999, essentially 3 years before the internet became mainstream. So when I read this book, it really gave me some ideas, and I thought, combining this reality that experiences are kind of what relates to me with my deep domain knowledge on Hong Kong immigration, I was able to begin to construct a business model that was designed to sort of reach into the hearts of the audience that I was trying to address and forge relationships with them on their terms. And whilst doing that, actually deliver an experience to them that gave them what they needed from the relationship with me. And I had the ability to know what they needed because I've been doing this stuff for so long. And I can put myself in the shoes of my customers. I know what it's all about. So we then went off and we developed the Hong Kong Visa Centre business model that I've talked about ad nauseum previously. And then about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, this other book was published by Robert Rose and Carla Johnson, called Experiences, the 7th Era of Marketing. And essentially, this book said it all for me, because firstly, it validated everything that we had done over the last 4 or 5 years, but also it confirmed this idea that when the notion of experience marketing, if you will, was first promulgated in the literature in 1999, and the internet has gone on to the point where we now have computers at the end of our hands, end of our arms, then essentially the 7th era of marketing really speaks to how marketing is reflected in today's reality.